Right, welcome back. Another episode, and this one you might find a bit interesting. Injectors, more importantly, recon injectors. We've said for forever now, basically, you cannot recon Td5 injectors. And a lot of that comes from experience. Yeah, we've seen many recon injectors over the years. They've never quite been right. So what we've been certainly doing over the last 12 months is we've been sending sets of injectors to multiple diesel injector specialists. Some of them claim that they can refurb them. Some of them are just, they'll have a go. And seeing what we get back. And obviously the best way to test this is to test this on a known vehicle. So our Defender 110, we know where it's at. Obviously we're going to run it to get a baseline today. Swap the injectors out. See what happens. See if we can replicate it exactly as it is. We know that there are genuine set of injectors in there that haven't been messed around with. We know they work and we know where their baseline is. So what we have here, if my camera will work, is a set of, or the first set of reconditioned injectors that's come back to us. And the plan is, see what happens. So what we're going to do is we'll get strapped down. Once we're strapped down, we'll come back to you, we'll get it run, and we'll see what the results are. Right, so I'm not sure how well this will come across, but as part of the testing, what we're listening for is any sort of knocking from the injectors, from overfueling, that sort of stuff. So this is our 110 on the original injectors that are in it currently. So let's have a listen. So, I mean, to me, everything sounds good with that. So let's see what it does on the dyno. Right, so run one, exactly as we have been running it for the last God knows how many months, 212 horsepower, 476 What do you reckon?
Man, is it?
No, it's pretty consistent. Typical curve of what we see with these with a 450 on them. Right up nice and early, and then holds flat for as long as possible. But yeah, between the two runs, not a huge amount of difference. So what we'll do now is we will pop the other injectors in, the reconditioned ones, and see what happens. We'll do exactly the same test again. Obviously we'll give it a bit of time to cool down before we start delving our hands too deep into there, and yeah, we'll see you shortly. Right, injector swapping time, and old Wilson here has decided he's going to talk you through the process, step by step. So let's put the microphone somewhere in the middle. Just hope to God he picks this up.
Hopefully I don't.
Right, so fan cowling off, breathe hose off.
Breathe the hose off.
Anybody think you didn't like doing this? You was nervous.
Not nervous. My first time.
Always nerve-wracking the first time.
Now we get to burn our hands on the hot injectors.
Yeah, it's still quite warm this.
What does the cam look like? Mint.
Good, yeah.
Well serviced.
Well serviced. You're only saying that because you service it.
I know.
Right, so what we've done so far is we've taken all of these bolts out all the way around the rocker cover to allow us to lift the rocker cover clear, and then the wiring loom that you just saw we'll disconnect and take out. So that is the injector wiring loom. That's the one that is actually quite common for feeding oil down into the ECU, and this is the one realistically wants to be changed every 2 years. So I mean, just by that you've seen it's not a hard thing to get to. Very, very easy to swap. The plug for that is on this end here, which goes up and under through this hole, and then obviously your loom sits on the other side of that in this little sort of valley here. Next thing that we'll be taking off is the rocker assembly, which is these bolts here. With these it's really, really important to undo these equally. Don't do just one side at a time, because you do run the risk of bending or even snapping the assembly there. So that's the next thing that's going to come off. My fingers are covered in oil now.
Well, let that cool down.
Let it cool down.
100%.
We know I said about them snapping off.
Yeah, 100%.
So we'll let this cool down a little bit. It is still a little bit hot. Yeah, obviously the excitement of getting another set of injectors in there is too much at this point. Once this rocker assembly has been removed, we're then going for these little V clamps down here, or Y clamps. Same again, one on each injector, and that will then allow us to pull the injector out. But we'll let it cool down a little bit, and then we'll come back in a minute. Right, so just explain what we're doing now.
So we're going to wind the injector all the way down and then a full turn back out, which sets the backlash of the injector. Number one on cam. You managed that with a camera.
He's trying to do it without shaking the camera out too much.
So you want that on the highest point of the cam.
That. You see that?
And you wind it all the way down. And then a full 360 degrees back.
Lock it off. Same again, number 2. Do number 4.
Are you on cam?
Done.
Right, so we're going to save the original codes that are on the truck, so we don't have to type them back in if the injector's got to come back out. Let's move that, 'cause it's got customer details on.
give out all them customer names. We'll just record,
So
record under here.
We've saved them, and now we're going to put the codes in.
There we go. Right. So when you're ready.
Go for it.
So number 1 is November Golf Lima Bravo Hotel.
Yeah.
Number 2, Lima Foxtrot Lima Golf Kilo.
Yeah.
Number 3 is November Golf Golf Charlie Kilo.
Yep.
November Charlie Delta Kilo.
Yep.
Lima Bravo Lima Golf Juliet J.
No, you've told me that one wrong again.
No, I haven't.
What was it? Lima? Lima?
So LBL
Yeah.
GJ.
There we go.
We'll go back on the video and I guarantee
Yeah, I
you typed it wrong.
So this will also tell you whether you've put the wrong injector code in, so it'll only accept genuine injector codes. And we're going to write those to the ECU. And that's it, just like that.
Easy.
No fiddling with a nanocom, and you put all your codes in, then go to write, and then they've vanished. You've got to do it all again.
We've been there.
Yeah.
Right, so I feel like we should be talking more, but there's not really anything to say, is there?
We're currently just putting the rocker cover bolts in, which is one customer told me they need to be torqued down to 8 Newton meters.
You will never forget that, are you?
Nope. He might be watching the channel. You might know who he is.
It's good though, because most people would just put them in and send them to the moon, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
One thing to note with doing this is the little half moon shape. I don't know whether I can get it on here or not. On the back of the gasket, this bit here. Before you tighten it down, make sure that's seated properly. Yeah, the little half moon thing does have a tendency not to seat properly, and you can get the gasket or you can get the head rocker cover bolted down and all set in place, and then realise you've left that sticking out, and it will make a mess. It will make a mess. And the other common thing we see is this bracket. A lot of people forget to put that bracket back on before they put the bolt in, so you end up with this loom just sort of loose hanging down right around where the fan sits.
Fan back on. It's my lucky day.
I know, I don't normally go on that easy.
No.
And that's it, pretty much. So plastic cowling back on, we'll torque them rocker cover bolts up, and then we'll basically start her up.
See how she goes.
She'll be smoky, I can tell you that for damn sure. They always are once you've had the injectors out of them. Right, so now we're back together. We've done a prime sequence, or we're doing a prime sequence.
Throttle pedal to the top and bottom 5 times, and it puts in a prime sequence, and you can clearly hear the pump's now nice and quiet, so we're ready to start.
Right. First start on these, obviously where we've pulled the original injectors out, you do end up dropping a bit of diesel down inside the cylinders, hence the smoke and the knocking on start. So all it's doing now, it will just burn off that excess diesel until we get back down to a normal amount. We'll now go through the whole warm-up process again, make sure everything is up to temperature as it should be, and then we'll redo the 2 runs and see what the outcome is. I'll be back to you as soon as we've warmed up. Right, so before we do any warm-up or anything else like that, we've noted that it does sound a little bit knocky than it did. So what we're doing, if you grab that camera, Will, and you just show on the screen. So
just looking at the cylinder roughness.
Oh, 2 seconds, let me give you the mic. Go on.
Just looking at the cylinder roughness there, we've got number 3 seems a mile out, number 4 and number 5 aren't far behind it, but obviously these are different codes to factory. So we're just going to have to see where they go.
So off the bat, currently not looking great, but we'll warm it up we'll do the same process, the same runs and everything else, and see what the results are. So, see you soon. So just going back to what we was recording at the start of the video in terms of trying to see if the mic would pick up any sort of diesel knocks, that sort of stuff. I'll show you the exact results and we'll talk through them in a minute, but we have, or we do think that this is a lot knockier than what it was, so let me just see if I can get that for you. A little bit more tractory than it was beforehand. Right, do you want to switch that off, Will, and we'll go through this. So, going by the dyno results, we have seen an improvement. So we're 213 horsepower, 477.4 newton meters of torque, which you would say they've worked, they've done the job. No, they haven't. It's actually a little bit lazier, lower down in the RPM. Sounds a lot knockier. What do you say? You reckon we've got 3 good ones and 2 bad ones?
By looking at the readings, if they're correct, yeah.
Let me see if we can stand that up there. There you go. Yeah,
so it's good on the paper, but yeah, knocking. So that's a no-go for that company.
There you go. So it just goes to show. I mean, it's a full set of 5. They were all reconditioned at the same time. They're all date stamped as to when they were done as well. 3 out of 5 isn't bad, but certainly not when you're spending this kind of money and dropping them in your engine assuming that they are good. We've just proven that, so we'll wait for the others to come back from the other companies and we'll do the same with them, I suppose. Right, so another day and back on with injectors. A little bit of a delay because we was waiting for another set to come from another specialist. another reconditioned set, completely different company from the last set you saw. I was going to try and do the whole continuity thing, but then realised midway through I've had a shave, so midway through the video I lose a beard. Other injectors are in, we're ready to do a run with them. On the tick over, it actually sounds really good, a lot better than the others, and also on the live data as well. On the others it looked like two of them were sort of way off with the balancing. These, they all seem to be pretty much bang on. So yeah, we'll get a run out of it. We'll overlay it over the original run with the original standard injectors in there. We'll see what happens with it. That's the turn up for the books. We did less power overall. Obviously you'll have seen on the graph, get it on the shot, there's a significant difference. So same again, this thin line that you see in the background, that's the original run when we first brought it in with the original injectors in, and the thicker line is the run we've just done. Orange is what we're looking at the minute, and this is your torque. So this is your initial run up, and you can see there's a fair difference between a set of old injectors and a set of brand new reconditioned ones. And we can actually show you this. So what we've got here is, this is showing you the figures from the point where the cursor's sat. This is the previous run. So this is, again, this is the thin line, and then this is the run we've just done. So at that point in the run, originally we were 473.3 Newton meters of torque, and the reconditioned injectors have done 427.9, which is a significant difference. And then horsepower wise, which is not so important with these, obviously torque on this type of vehicle is an important figure, but 122.45 is what we've just done, and originally 135.46. So they may be they may be reconditioned injectors.
Nearly 10 horsepower.
Yes, pretty much 10 horsepower down from original, and then torque wise another good chunk. Yeah, it's surprising really, considering the first set of Recons sounded rougher.
They ran terrible from cold.
Ran terrible from cold, but did a little bit more power.
Yeah.
These ones sounded better.
Yeah.
And overall out of the box looked better.
Yeah. But done less power.
Did less power.
Yeah.
And these are all reconditioned ones, and they're all different companies that say they can do them. You know, don't get me wrong, we are trying our best to find a company that can recondition these and recondition them to a good standard. Unfortunately, the problem we have is they say they're doing them. They are chatterier now than what they were before the run. For now, poor old Will will have to put the old injectors back in. I don't know whether you'll see it, but let's do it. What's it left on the dyno? But I'm not moving the truck because it's too much like hard work. Nothing? You're optimistic, because I've seen this thing leave puddles occasionally. Can we see? It actually has left, oh no, a little bit of fluid out the transfer. But can forgive it for that, it's a Land Rover.
That might be from the previous job.
Definitely not from the previous job, because the dyno was clean. And I can tell you for a fact it does leave a bit of transfer oil on there. This thing, we've not shown much on this sort of as of late. People do keep asking, and it is something that we will be doing. Santa Pod. Do you want to see us take it to Santa Pod? We've done some 0 to 60 testing with it, pre 300 horsepower, but nothing since. So curiosity is going to get the better of us on this, I think, and be a bit of fun, won't it? Run what you brung day. We'll book it on. We'll take it. Hopefully, we get to run it alongside some everyday vehicles as well as some decent stuff. I say decent stuff. Some tuned stuff, modified stuff, let's say, and see where it stands. But yeah, if you want to see us take that to Santa Pod, get in the comments. Let us know. Loads planned for this year. Loads and loads of stuff planned for this year. A lot of it is hush hush at the minute. We can't tell you, but you will find out. What else do you want to see us doing? You know, there's lots and lots of stuff that go on. We don't film it all, just simply because we can't film everything. But if there's something in particular you want to see, let us know. We'll try our best to incorporate it. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.